And one of my favorite examples of this is Starbucks. So in 2015, they introduced a drink to the menu that almost nobody in America had ever heard of before, unless you had been to Australia. This was the flat white. It was on less than 1% of menus in the United States. They had to do a whole education campaign for the flat white, but they took a chance on it. This was an inception level ingredient. And for them, because they have so many locations in the United States, this could almost single-handedly move the flat white through the menu adoption cycle. So they took a chance on it. They wanted to introduce people to something new in the coffee space. Another example is this is Shake Shack's eel burger. So eel is pretty rare on any menus. Even on fine dining menus, it's hard to find eel. They didn't think they would sell a lot. It was a one-day thing they did. They thought they would go through a couple hundred of them. There was lines out the block. They sold out in a couple hours. I think it was about 2,000 sandwiches that they sold. And they got so much press from this, tons of attention because of the eel burger. Kind of in the same vein is the venison sandwich from Arby's. So in 2016, they introduced this in 5 states across the country that had a lot of hunters, so people that would be already familiar with venison. There was so much attention, it sold so well in those 5 states that they decided they would take it national last year. And then to even go further up the menu adoption curve, they also introduced an elk burger, so something even trendier, something earlier in the MAC. And it's also at retail. If you look in Canada, Loblaws Supermarkets, the largest supermarket chain in Canada, their private label brand, President's Choice, they released this earlier this year. It's the first cricket powder product at a private label brand in Canada. They wanted to introduce Canadian consumers to this. They're hoping it's the first in a few product launches from them that include insects. And also Healthy Choice, so a brand we all know, a brand we all love. They're doing shakshuka in one of their Power Bowls. Shakshuka is in inception right now. Only 4% of consumers across the country have tried shakshuka at this point. But I'm going to talk a little bit more about it and why this is a good idea for a product. And so just kind of breaking down one more menu item. This is an item, it's made up of French fries, cheddar cheese, jalapenos, and ghost pepper sauce. So these are the ghost pepper fries from Wendy's. And when you look at that item, what's happening there is it's ubiquity, all those 3 ingredients that I first mentioned, fries, cheddar, jalapeno, those are all ubiquity ingredients, but they're throwing a dose of inception in there. So that's what makes it exciting, adding that inception level ingredient. So there's really 2 kind of ways you can come at this. You can either go full bore, do something like that eel burger, something that's really insane, or something like this, ubiquity with a little dose of inception to keep it interesting. And so it's an emerging approach to safe experimentation that we've been seeing in the data and that we think you guys should know about. And Jack talked to you about haiku. So we want to give you some tools for your toolbox if you decide you're going to do this. We want to give you some inception level trends that you can start playing with. So we went into haiku and we looked at all the inception level trends and to see what would be predicted to grow the most in the next coming years.